Hey y'all. So I had a session today. I did. And young lady may be watching me. But I'm gonna use that session to put this message out there for everybody. Um and so I was booked for a guided session, guidance on a situation that she was going through. And when I got in the session, it was more on another spiritual worker's work. I'm like, okay. So guidance is what I'm going to do. I know both sides of the coin. Um, so her particular, excuse me, y'all. Her particular situation, and I'm trying to put it in a way where I don't seem like I'm not showing any empathy or any sympathy or anything. One thing that I don't do is talk about other spiritual workers' work. That ain't none of my motherfucking business. Okay? I feel as though you need to use discernment and your intuitiveness when you are trying to book works with anybody. I would never go against the grain. I would never talk about another spiritual worker. Because at the end of the day, if you pay $1,000 for works and you do not get an understanding of what you're getting, I'ma always say that's your fucking fault. Yeah. Is that insensitive? I hope it's not. It's just real. She knows that. I told her this. But I want to tell everybody out there, if you are booking major works with a worker and you don't know what you are getting, you don't know what you are doing, you are feeling like you are doing the work and they are not. They're not burning any candles with you. They're just guiding you and telling you, and you paid $1,000 for that. I told my client I should slap you in your fucking face because you didn't discern. And what Lady V don't do is discern on other people's work by my own. I can guide you. I guided my client in reaching out to that spiritual worker. That's all you can do. I asked my client, did that spiritual worker promise you a timeline? She said no. Fuck up on your end, number one. That spiritual, from what I see, the spiritualist didn't do anything wrong. They ain't promise you nothing. She did say that the spiritualist said 99.6% of my work works. And I told the client, well, I guess you at the 0.4%. How long ago was this? And she said 2 weeks. Fuck up number two. You already haven't given the work time to work. Especially if it's court case works, that type of work. That don't move like that. She was given prescription works, i.e. what I do. I said, okay. So it sounds like the lady or the man, I don't know, did what they're supposed to do within the realm of their business. But you not having an understanding of what you purchased, I'ma set the dummy on your side. Period. That's guidance. No matter how much the work cost, either A, you didn't read the description for that worker, or B, you just didn't read the signs and you got scammed. One or two. One of the two. We got to wake up. I don't talk about other spiritual workers' work. Now, I was like, I ain't asked for no name. They on TikTok. She was saying they on TikTok. I don't give a damn. I'm on TikTok. I don't care who it is. I don't want to know. All I ask is what city are they representing? Are they out of country? Are they in the Americas? They in Texas, North Carolina? She said New York. I said, well, that might be a fuck up right there, because I ain't never heard no city conjure. We don't do it like that. So I can't talk to what they do. All I can talk to is you, as you booked a guided session with me to guide you on the situation. And I guide you. I don't see that the worker did anything wrong but not communicate. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, everybody doesn't mesh with everybody. And if you are failing to read how their business works, because her business may not, I'm sure, won't work like mine. I do mine a whole totally different way. I don't do Zoom lives, not Zooms, but I don't do video conferences with my clients. I do the work and I tell you what I need for you to do. She did mention to me that she paid the worker $1,000, and then the worker, I guess within 2 weeks, work isn't moving, and then the worker said she needed another, I think she said $500 or $600. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But I'm like, what? Did you not ask that before you booked $1,000 works? And she said no. Fuck up number 3. That's your fault. I don't understand. We got to start being a little bit more intuitive and discerning with our own spirit. If you are shopping around on TikTok or any platform for a spiritual worker and you have not watched their energy, their flow, their videos, their work, I don't really even do, for me, I don't take client, I get guidance all the time from my clients that I've done work for, and they tell me things are working out, it's moving. I don't never post that. I never post that, because if you post all the good things, good reviews, we got bad ones too. I'm sure there's a couple of people out there that the work hasn't moved for them for my workings. But is that my fault? Are you aligned? Are you keeping your mindset clear? Are you doubting the work? Because she did say to me that the worker said that it sounds like she's doubting the work. And I kept it real. I said, it sounds like you are to me too. You doubting the work when not even 2 weeks you already thinking that it's not gonna work. That's doubting the work, y'all. You ain't even gave the work enough time to work. And I'm not for any spiritual workers, and I'm not for my clients. I'm just for the truth. And the truth is, you book works without discerning and getting the description from how she does her works. Whose fault is that? Not the worker, I don't think. But y'all, I don't read into other people's works. I don't read into other people's energy. If you booked another spiritual worker, I can guide you, but I would never pull cards on somebody else's work. I don't do that shit, because it's not my motherfucking business. So the guidance on that one is, go back to that worker, but don't be a bugaboo. But at the end of the day, are you bugging the right thing? It's just simple, y'all. I try to keep it classy, but sometimes I have to come and say the shit that most people won't say. Stop doing that fucking ass shit. I am not out here to mind nobody else's business but my own. What other spiritual workers do, she might be on another walk. I asked my client, what type of work was it? She couldn't even tell me. Do you not know what path she walks? Is she hoodoo, palo, voodoo? What pantheon does she walk? She can't even tell me that. So you don't know what energy she used for your work. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know I'm hoodoo all day. Y'all stop doing that shit. Wake up. And stop making me a second option. And what I mean by that is you think about me after the fact. Oh, you just paid that lady $1,000, honey. It's like booking a lawyer knowing that he is a fuck ass lawyer, and you still pay him a retainer to get you out. And he ain't won a case since he won a case. Y'all start doing your research. You could tell by the tone, you could tell by the look, you could tell by the energy. That's just how I feel. I tell people all the time, if you don't believe in my works, then don't book me. Because then you already doubting me from the beginning. If you have any negative thoughts or anything about what I got going on, first, before you book me, book a mini session to talk to me about what you need, so I can explain to you what you gonna get. As for me, in my shop, everything that I do is most of the time within the description of my works. And if I miss something, which I highly doubt, then I will let you know. A lot of my clients, I know that they book works. A lot of my clients book works and don't read the description that they book. They just read what it's for. They don't read how to or how it's done, or the instructions I need you at. And this is why I say spiritual practitioners, I don't believe most of them are wrong. A lot of them are scammers, but it's just the client is not taking the initiative to do their side of the work, which is diabolical. It's just something. So y'all, what the fuck? Bitch, I would have died. $1,000. Lady V don't promise shit. If they promise you something, then that's different. But if they never promised you anybody that promises a change in energy is, I believe, scamming behavior anyway. Because how do you know your client is aligning or with what they intend to happen? Some of my clients be booking work. I do the candle, I do the prescription works, I do everything I need to do on my side, and it doesn't move on their side. And see, me, I don't have them issues because I already be knowing why. You're not aligning, and you doubting the work. Faith without works is fucking dead as fuck. You can't have faith in the worker and don't have faith in the work, and vice versa. You can't have faith in the work without having faith in the worker, vice versa. You can't have faith in the work and don't have faith in yourself. I'm never speaking ill. I just guide about other spiritual workers because really I don't give a damn. All I care about is my books, my bag, and my coin. And if you want guidance, I'll guide you. I sure will. I sure will. But I never will pull cards. I never will work on top of somebody else's work. I never will do that. Because it's tiresome and that's energy. And you got a lot going on. And you need to stop coming to hoodoo out of desperation. And y'all, I told her she need to get her ass back in my collective on Patreon. She was on it in 2023, I think it was. That's how long it's been since I heard from her. Yeah, I think so. She was in my Patreon, and she knows I'm on here. Some of us need to get back to hoodoo, because the work that she said she got, I could have taught that to her in my collective. Ask the ones that reach out to me saying, Lady V, can I do this? Vanessa reached out to me the other day. She's in my Patreon. If you're in my Patreon, 100% of the time I'm guiding you for free. But some of y'all, boy, I tell you, y'all be wanting miracles out of mayhem. And it don't work like that. All right? So I just wanted to let somebody know, y'all stop doing that shit. And if anybody is discerning and doing works on another spiritual worker, bitch, you faulty. I don't do that. And I know a lot of good standing character people don't do that as well. We mind our own business. All right? Who's to say her shit is it right or is it wrong?